Howdy neighbors, David here. And today on Boondock Stallions, I have just got done watching the very last episode of the season of The Bad Batch, and it was awesome, and I can't believe I am still up at 3 a.m., and I have to be at work in about 5 hours. So we're going to do this as quickly as humanly possible. Before we get started, go ahead and give that video a like and subscribe, and I'll keep putting out more of these videos and live streams for you guys to check out on Facebook. So, Season 1 of The Bad Batch finale was awesome, and I'm going to say this, spoiler alert, there was no need to cry unless you like seeing fake planets die. Sorry, Camino, hashtag Camino, Caminoan Lives Matter. Got it. I thought I was going to mess that up. Anyways, nothing actually really too eventful except for maybe the Easter egg. I mean, obviously, we were going to see the Bad Batch get out. There were no major deaths. Thank goodness. I mean, Crosshair turned out to not have his inhibitor chip, and I have a theory that Crosshair's inhibitor chip was probably destroyed back during the episode when he was on the back end of that spaceship and he got blasted, and that was probably what knocked it out, and he's been running free ever since. And I mean, it seems that he likes the idea of being the bad guy. Not necessarily the bad guy, but he wants to do his job and work for the Empire, and continue doing what he does. He's grown into liking who he could become without his inhibitor chip, and it turns out he was loyal to the Empire anyways. So, I mean, it's a little sad that he's not going to go with Omega and the rest of the Bad Batch, but I mean, he could come back around next season. Who knows? Fingers crossed. I have a few theories as to Omega. If you haven't checked out the live stream, my theory on who she might be in the live streams. Now, obviously, it's not going to be Cara Dune because of Gina Carano not being with Disney Plus anymore, but it could still be the unnamed comms pilot and or what was her name from the sequel trilogy? Captain Phasma. Now, a thought I had on the Captain Phasma thing, I know that there are Captain Phasma books, but I mean, to be fair, it's not like Disney wouldn't retcon themselves anyways. But Captain Phasma had a terrible death. I mean, can we all agree that we were expecting to see a lot from that character, and they just kind of offed her in an offhand kind of way? And that really kind of cements in my theory that she could have been Omega, simply because they killed her in an offhand kind of way, and she is a clone of Jango Fett, and Boba Fett was her older brother, and he was killed off in a really shitty way in Return of the Jedi, and I'm really glad that they retconned that for The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba. So I'm really fingers crossed we find out that Omega maybe is the unnamed comms officer from The Mandalorian. Now, as far as next season, I feel like Omega's character is going to have to grow and develop because her problems this season was that she's physically too weak, and I know she's a child, but you know, she was having problems keeping up and being able to pull back the bow, and I think that there was a lot of comments on her physicality not being strong enough to get the job done, so I feel like she's going to start lifting weights with Wrecker and might even get her own little gonk droid to start lifting weights with. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next season, whenever that may be. I feel like them putting in Fennec in the Bad Batch would be a nice way to link her to Omega and the Bad Batch, so we might see a grown-up version of Omega in the Book of Boba Fett or Season 3 of The Mandalorian or in the Ahsoka series. I mean, there are so many ways that Filoni could interweave these shows together, because I mean, it's basically what he's been doing already. I know there are a lot of haters out there talking about, oh my god, I can't believe they're interconnecting all of these things, and it's like, well, yeah, it's an expanded universe, and things are going on around the same time that involve a lot of the same characters to be there at the beginning of this very small little rebellion. So chances are there's going to be a little bit of crossover. Deal with it. Anywho, let me know what you think down in the comments. Be excellent to each other, and I'm going to do a full video breakdown of this thing probably Monday because I'm booked full at work all weekend long. Until then, be excellent to each other, and I've also got a theory for the Ahsoka series because they are currently casting for a live-action Sabine Wren, which is going to be awesome. And while they're working on that, I feel like I know what they're going to do, and it may even be a way to use the Ahsoka series to retcon the sequel trilogy and still keep it canon. Yeah, ponder that. Yeah. Anyways, be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.